Hi, it's Kristen here, and welcome to another process video. And today I'm working on day 27 of 30 days of sketches with Christy's Beautiful Life. And today I'm documenting my son enjoying some frozen hot chocolate from Starbucks while we were grocery shopping. So he was in like one of those little carts where you can pretend like you're driving. And he was only about not even quite 3 at this time. And he's 11 now. So I had already kind of gone ahead and started this layout off camera. So the sketch shows kind of a square piece of paper and you flip it on, around. So then it kind of makes it look more like a diamond pattern. So this paper that you see is actually from Hip Kit. I don't remember what months, but it already had kind of the square shape. So I just went ahead and fussy cut it out and then mounted it onto that blue background paper that's kind of got that little subtle border on it. His pictures I went ahead and mounted in white cardstock, and then I think it was just like some green pattern paper that I had left over. I'm gonna start pulling ephemera pieces. Again, not sure what months. This might have been from like January or February this year. The little film strip says A Quiet Moment. And then I'm gonna pull like some coffee pieces in, because obviously that, makes sense. Since, he wasn't really drinking coffee, but, kind of looks like he is. The acrylic piece that you see there that says, Oh Happy Day, was from ColorCast Designs, so I just purchased that. I actually just got my first couple orders from ColorCast Designs, and I've already used a couple of their pieces so far. I'm really happy with them. This little dark blue circular pattern actually has like a coffee cup on it and says Fresh Grind. I wasn't sure about using this because it is records, but I'm like, not everything always has to be like, I tend to be kind of a lot of a theme layout person, so I tend to like whatever's in the picture, I try to like use a lot of ephemera to where it can be kind of themey with it, like, but I liked it there. I like those little records tucked in there that I just decided, you know what, who cares? Like, I like how it looks there. It's pulling in some of the colors that I'm using. Like, don't overthink it too much. And, music plays in the grocery store anyway, so, it's like, I don't know. Sometimes I can be a little particular about stuff, and sometimes I need to just realize it's, sometimes if you like what you like, you don't have to have a reason for it. You just like it, so. And I did like that tuck there, so. I do end up tucking in another little, it's like a little ticket over there. And this little tag, I am going to end up putting that there too. And that's kind of where I end up doing some of my journaling. Now, it's a tiny little piece to journal on, so I had to like write tiny, but these are like little emoji pieces that came in one of the kits. Again, I think that was a kit from last year, but don't remember what month. So I initially had like that little Facebook thumbs up icon over there, but I decided to do another emoji on the other side. I'm going to go ahead and get the pictures adhered down. From what I recall, I don't think he drank most of that frozen hot chocolate. I think he drank a couple sips of it, liked it, and then was kind of like, meh, I'm good. So I think I ended up drinking a lot of it, or pretty much all of it. It was good, but it was really sweet. He's not, even now, he's not a big sweet tooth. Like, he likes sweets to an extent, but I don't know, all my kids, like, my daughter is definitely one that likes chocolate, but I feel like even both of my daughter and my oldest, they are kind of like, they like hard candy too, so like suckers and stuff like that. My middle son, like, he doesn't want anything to have to do with candy, which isn't necessarily a bad thing, but he used to like suckers, but he doesn't really, he'll have suckers every once in a while, but he's just not a big candy kid, so. But he's also really picky, so anyways, hopefully he'll grow out of that. So I'm going to start getting everything glued down. This layout really didn't take me too long. It was just kind of going through the ephemera. Sometimes that kind of takes me longer than, I pretty much will have the layout laid out. It's just going through my all the ephemera that I have. And I find myself too, like if I've got a lot of ephemera, sometimes I really do have a hard time deciding like what to use. So, especially because I'm trying to stash bust a little bit. So I'm trying to dip into like some of my older collections or things that are, like things that I've had for a while. I'm trying to kind of like work a lot of that stuffing just in that way I can start to kind of work through some of it. Because I have ordered quite a bit of stuff here lately. It's been a little crazy. Just with like the scrapbooking sales that were going on during International Scrapbooking Day. And then there's some lines that came out that I really liked. And then I recently, unfortunately, discovered Simple Stories Warehouse, which, oh my gosh, like that, you want all the things, all the pretty papers. And this son, the one that's in this picture that's 11, he's always joking, like, I'll get more paper. And he's like, more paper, Mom? I'm like, shh, quiet. It makes me happy. I have way more paper than I'll probably ever be able to scrapbook in a lifetime, but I'm trying real hard. I did end up taking and getting rid of a lot of paper that I bought like back in early 2000s. Like, I know I purchased a lot of them from like Michael's and things like that when like there were sales, and I would buy like double of things that, like, now looking at it, I'm like, there's no way I'd use all of it. I end up going through all the paper that I knew I had in my stash that I'm like, I'm never going to touch this or use this. So I end up giving it to my son's art teacher at school, because I figured, she could probably use this for like some art projects and stuff. So I messaged her. I'm like, would you like this paper? And she's like, yes. So, I got to get rid of some of that and help benefit the school, because their school is awesome. They have a really good school system, good teachers. We're really happy with their school. So getting some pieces tucked in here, trying to decide where I want everything to land. Once again, like, I've kind of gotten pretty much figured out where I want it, but I'm always kind of like fussing around at the end before I like officially glue things down, because I want to make sure like I like it there before I glue it down, because I have glued down things and then like later on been like, I wish I would have, So I do try to kind of take my time to an extent with looking at, where I want pieces and how I want them positioned before I kind of make a final decision. Which takes time, but, at the same time, you want to make sure you like things where they are. But it's like, see, I'm messing around with this so much, but I'm like, does it really matter? Like, if it's up here, if it's down there, like, what, So. So since I like how all that looks, that cluster looks, I'm going to try to kind of glue it all together intact as is. So I will do that fairly often. Sometimes I'll clear the whole thing and kind of glue it as I go, but sometimes I find this is like the easier way to do it, is to just get your cluster and then just kind of like lift up pieces and get a little glue underneath it. And Nuvo Deluxe Glue, that stuff's, you have some time to reposition stuff, but it dries pretty quickly and it's got good adherence. So like, if you're going to glue it, it's going to stay glued. So, which I think if you're like unsure about things and you think you're going to move them around a little bit, then obviously using more, your tape adhesive or whatever is probably better in that case, because then you can kind of peel it up and still be able to move it. Whereas with glue, a lot of time you can't. It is where it is. So, I mean, then obviously you might have to rip up some paper, which you work that hard, so you don't really want to do that. Now I'm going to work on some enamel stickers here. And this came from one of the Hip Kit months. I don't know which. Some of them are like little stars. I think for the most part I work on stars here, at least from this page. And now I'm going to journal on that little tiny tag. So my handwriting's not the best, but I kind of feel like, you know what, even though my handwriting isn't the greatest, like personally, I think when I'm long gone, you know, my kids will appreciate seeing my handwriting more than, you know, like a typed out message. Now, obviously, like if it's something that's, I want to look a little bit more clean, I will, you know, just print it out on the computer and adhere it down onto the layout. Here are some close-ups of the layout. This one actually came together quite quickly. Even, I mean, for me, took maybe 45 minutes to an hour, which is really fast for me. And I thank you for coming by to watch another process video.